of the month. No, the first day of the month of December. So let's do a recap of what I've read and what I got, and what I'm trying, not what I'm trying to read, because I've not decided. It would be partial continue what I've begun. So, in terms of reading, let me start with the audiobooks. Okay, in regards to audiobooks, I've heard Hot Zone. This was the no, sorry, the Hot Zone I finished on the last day of last month, so it stay on the other one. The first one was Lords of the Sith by Paul C. Camp. It's a novel that deals with the, as you're probably aware of, Darth Vader and the Emperor, and it was very, very interesting to read because it dwelt a lot on the relation between them, and it was very nice to see how someone work, because in the movies never get to really fully grasp the Emperor's Palpatine power, because in the first movies is always absent, or at least seated, but almost without any action, apart from the last movie where he electrocutes Luke Skywalker. So it was very interesting to see how and what his powers were. I really enjoyed this one. The second audiobook was Veil of Darkness. This one was Warhammer 40k story. It connects with other stories by Nick Kime. It's it's a follow up of another of his novels that he wrote, and it was interesting to see. It follows Deimos' story, which I have not read, and it was good, but I don't like it, this short format, because it's just fluff. It's nothing new and such. The third audiobook I've read, I listened in this case, was Lost Stars by Claudia Gray. This is also an audiobook from Star Wars universe, and it was amazing read. I've made a review on Goodreads, a very long review. I'm not going to read the review, but there are a couple of things I like. Most of the novels we see in the Star Wars universe, it's either rebel focused. Well, most of them are rebel focused. There aren't that many that focus on the Imperial side, and less even on the why people join the Imperial. So imagine this. Imagine that you're fighting for World War II and you are a German. You fight for the Wehrmacht, and therefore you fight for the bad guys from the political party of the bad guys. But are you evil? Probably not. Probably just a grunt. You're just fighting because what you think is right, what you think is correct, and so on. You probably one of the things that was discussed by historians that most of the Wehrmacht people didn't even knew what was happening in terms of the Jews, for example. So, in this regard, I can understand this novel, because it was like this. It was two people that joined the Imperial because they were fascinated by it. One went rogue and the other one stay on the Imperial side because she truly believed the Imperial values, although she knew that some people were corrupted, and that's a valid point. You sometimes it's easier to break apart and start a rebellion when you could change from within. That's my idea. So, good novel, to be honest, I really enjoyed. The last one I'm currently reading, it's Killbox. As I said, it's by Stephen Connolly, second novel. As I said, I have only here in the usually at Wednesdays when I go to work, so this Wednesday I'm not going to work, next one as well, so probably I'm going to sorry sorry probably not going to read it until middle of December. Other novels that I've read that are paper. The first one was The Last Stand and Papaco Wells by Louis L'Amour. After reading some reviews from Brian Lee Durfee, I tried to read. I enjoyed it. I remember I give it 7 out of 10 stars. I really enjoyed it. It's very small book. We are talking about 160 pages, and it was very cool characters, some cliches, but that's I guess okay. Don't this book is from 77, so yeah, that's it. The second one was Kill Team by Gav Thorpe. This is the second novel on the Last Chance series. I really enjoyed, which is it's about a Panzer, sorry, about a battalion, a Penal-Legion battalion, and so they are in the second novel. There are 4 now. The first was a trilogy, then around 50 years later he wrote the 4th one, and this one we've got Kane trying to assemble a team to assassinate a Tau guy, a Tau general. So, and it's not as action focused as the last one. It's a bit of political, because you have here with some Inquisition and dealings with the Tau, like alliance versus treason and so on. It's very interesting to read. I really enjoyed it. I hope to get the third one in a couple of months. The third one, I don't have it here because I unfortunately took it to somewhere else. It's The Concrete Maze by Stephen Towers. It's a thriller slash mystery novel about a Puerto Rican guy who lives in New York, and his niece disappears, and so they try to find her. It's very fast paced. I read it in 2 days only, and I really enjoyed the fast paced scenario, but the story itself was very mediocre, if you could say that. The last one I've read, sorry, just to grab here, is Victorious by Jack Campbell. This is the last novel on the series of this series, the Lost Fleet series. There are 3 more trilogies. The second one is a follow-up of this one, which I believe 4 novels. Then 3 novels or 4. I don't know. I know there is a trilogy and a 4-part series and a 5-book series. One follows this one, this series. The second one, we see the syndicates, it's the endings of the Alliance point of view, and the last one, I believe it's a prequel, but I'm not sure because I've not read anything about it. Then what I started to read and didn't finish yet, as of yet, a lot of books. Unfortunately, they didn't captivate me, and so I started, and so on. The first one was Firefall by Peter Watts, the first novel, Blind Sight. I've read 80 pages and I was bored to death. I didn't enjoy it at all. The second one was Artemis. I'm currently reading this one. It's really fast paced. I'm on one page of the book. I hope to read it in 2 days, almost probably 2 days. And the last one, I'm currently rereading. It's Dune Messiah, so I can start reading the third and so on. And so I didn't read Alien Game, Speaker of the Dead, and didn't finish Valley of the Free. Probably these three are going to be my next to read novels. And so, yeah, that's it. So, apart from that, what did I buy? What did I get? Okay, I've currently purchased all Tom Clancy novels in hardback via used bookstore. So I'm currently having, but I also bought in paperback. First one was CCN. It's a Tom Clancy novel, as you're probably aware. Depth of Honor. It's a very big novel. Execution Orders. The Teeth of the Tiger. The Bear and the Dragon. And Without Remorse. These are all of his novels. I currently have all of them, apart from the ones he wrote in connection with other writers, but I'm going to get them all, I believe it's 13 or 14 of Tom Clancy's novels in hardback. So, what did I get more? Okay, this one is The Devourer and the Dead. Okay, by Christopher Ruffy. It's the 12th book on the series, Platter series. We've got here Harry Turtledove, The Man with the Iron Heart. Okay, I'm really enjoying this alternative type of stories. I've bought all of his novels of the Great War series. There are 10 novels. I've also got a couple of others, and I'm currently buying them. They are very cheap, to be honest. So yeah, that's it. I finished buying the last novel of The Fall of Babel by Josiah Backroff. This is the 4th novel. From Warhammer 40k, these two, The Inquisition and The Accursed. This one is anthology set in the Warhammer horror, and this one is set in the 40k universe, The Inquisition. Probably gonna read the other one, since I'm reading all novels. I'm currently in the thriller kind of phase, not reading, buying them. So I bought Red Metal. It's the World War III is here, and it's a solo novel about World War III. Then we've got Tim Curran novels. I'm currently trying to buy everything. I almost have everything on my scope. So here, House of Skin. Very cool cover. Terror Cell, Leviathan, and Grimwave. And the last novels I've bought. Again, Brian Lee Murphy I have to blame. So it's Dennis McKean novels. I only bought these ones. I'm not going to buy the other novel series because they are very expensive. It's the the Dennis McKiernan series, Iron Tower. This was supposed to be a Lord of the Rings sequel, but of course it cannot happen, and so he rewrote it. But basically, you can read this as a Lord of the Rings sequel. It's The Dark Tide, the first one. The second one, it's The Shadows of Doom, and the third one is The Darkest Day. They are very cool covers, to be honest. Then we've got The Silver Call. There are 2 novels within. It's the Trek to Kraka Gore and the Braga Path. And last and not least, it's The Dragonstone. So, these were my purchases, not that many compared to other months, which is very nice. I'm going to try to limit my buying. I'm buying more than I can read, and lack of space, it's becoming bigger. So I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 60, 70, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, if you count this one as 2 novels, 25. So, that's it. I bought 25 novels. I've read 6. So, yeah, more to be read pile. And so, apart from these Tom Clancy novels that I've bought, I'm currently not buying anything besides completing the series. Like, I know it's going to be released, the last novel on the series of the James S. A. Corey, and there are a couple of Warhammer 40k or Black Library, if you wish, novels. Apart from that, I'm not trying to buy anything else, unless it's some author that I read and I enjoy. Like, I know it was released now, Orson Scott Card 5th novel on The Shadow, but it's only a hardback. I'm not paying 25 euros for a hardback. So yeah, that's it. That's my month of November. So it was very good in terms of series, just so you know. I've watched a lot of TV series this month, just so I can talk about that as well, because that's something I wish I could speak more about it. Mainly a Korean series. I've finished up, just so you know, I finished up Midnight Diner, Japanese TV series. I've watched the second and third series, a very cool series of interconnected stories about a place where people meet. Imagine the Shears, but without comedy. I finished Love 101. It's a Turkish romance EA series. I really love it. This series, I really love the characters, and so yeah, I if I could advise one of this series, non-Korean, it will be this one. I finished I Know What You Did Last Summer, a crap of Why Didn't They Live Alone. I finished Ypsilon, The Last Man, crap. Midnight Mass, very cool horror, slow burn, to be honest. I finished Stargirl, cool superhero series with a lot of women and not trying to impinge you on anything. It's not woke at all. And apart from that, I finished only one Korean series. It's called Producer. It's about a newsroom, love story / newsroom situations and so on. I really enjoy it. I'm currently watching The Hot Zone. It's the first season. It's about the Ebola in America. Second one's about anthrax. It's very cool. Japan Sinks, a Japanese series about the main island being dropped into the ocean, and so they are trying to overcome that. I'm watching Invasion, a TV series. I believe it's worldwide because it's about an invasion, and it's very cool to watch because I'm on episode 7 or 8, and you seldom see the invaders, the alien invasions. You just see the characters and so on. It's very cool how they do it. And a part is set in Asia, in Japan. Some part is set in Afghanistan. Some part is in America, and another it's in UK. It's very cool to watch these interconnected stories. All, I believe, they all come in fruition in the end, with some glimpses of it. I've been watching Big Sky, a CG Box series. It's cool, watchable if you wish. I've watched as well Fear of the Walking Dead. It's in the 7th episode. I finished the other one, The World Beyond the Walking Dead. I finished Chapel White, an horror story that follows at least one of Stephen King's horror story, and set in the late 800s. I enjoyed it. Slow burn. I didn't enjoy the main character. I didn't enjoy the ending, but I enjoyed the series. All of the situation. It's a bit woke, okay? Don't because the main characters are like mixed race and so on. There are some situations like, oh, I can date with you because you're white and I'm not, and so on. It's a bit woke. But to be honest, it's watchable. Okay. Then I'm watching La Brea. It's about the sinkhole that opens and some people are thrown into the past. Cool concept. The problem with time travel. There is always a problem with time travel because time travel is a bit to make stories, because as you know, if you do something in the past, it reflects on the future, but in the future the past already happened, so unless you think of them in the 5th or 6th dimension, I don't know, they are in the same path, but one influences the other. It's a bit strange, to be honest. Some things that happen in the future, they tell to the past, and then the past don't reflect in the future. It's very strange how these things work. I'm watching also Day of the Death, a zombie apocalyptic series by Sci-Fi. It's not Walking Dead. It's watchable at least. And Chucky, the teenage version of Chucky. It's very gory, and I'm enjoying, to be honest. There are a couple of kids, although it's a bit woke. Or teen boy of 30 or 14 years old, it's gay, or he doesn't know what the hell he is, and so I would have lived without that situation. Not that it doesn't exist. It felt flat. Okay, people are gay. If you talk to me about 20 years ago, I would understand that, hey, gay, okay, not that well. People will see you in a different way. Nowadays, if you are not gay, probably you're going to go, you're not gay, yeah, what are your problem? What is your problem? So on. So I'm sick of this kind of situations here. But as I said, watchable as well. In terms of Korea series, Happiness, it's a post-apocalyptic series as well. Some kind of mutations due to COVID-19 and are turning people into zombies. Very cool for people who got the vaccine. So I'm currently watching Jirisan. Jirisan? I don't know how this is called, but Jirisan is about couple of people that are rangers, park rangers, and they try to protect the mountain where they live, and there are very interesting supernatural stories, mystery, thriller. It's very cool story. And then last and certainly not least, my favorite of all of them, it's Red Sleeve. It's Korea series set in the 600, 700 after Christ, and so it's a series where we have a king who has a grandson, and he will be the next king. At least they think they will be the next king, and there are other characters like a girl that is a maid and she's working in the palace. It's very cool to watch all how Korean nobility, Korea life was in the palace. It's almost it's quite different. People knew you in their places. There are hundreds of people living in that palace. People that were born and bred for living for their masters. It's very cool, very interesting series. Yeah, that's it. But it's a very interesting mystery, less mystery, more romance, and more day-to-day life of the palace. It's very cool. I'm currently watching this. I'm on the 6th episode, and I'm definitely going to track a bit more of this periodic series. Yeah, that's it for me. I'm currently watching as well anime, but I'm not going to list here. It's the same ones as last month. It's not that many, around 10 or so, and didn't watch that many movies compared to the last month. So that was my month of November. Hope you enjoy. See you in December with a new update, if you will. Thank you.